I'm Lukas and I'm from Australia. I grew up there. And I have German parents and I decided to move to Berlin to study here and work on my German, and it's been an interesting experience. It's been really fun. My favourite sound is still from growing up next to the beach. I think it's a mixture of the waves and seagulls. Yeah. He likes that sound. My favourite word is bizarre, because I like that it replaces saying that something is very weird or very strange or very something. You can just say bizarre and it just covers so many different bases. I think Berlin is unique in the sense that it's a city that's only been unified for the last, 30 years? 20 years, 30 years. And that means that the city itself is still trying to find itself, and it's still affordable for young people. And there's still a lot going on that you can be involved in, and I wouldn't say it's quite established yet, so it's still developing a lot, and there's something for everyone, definitely. Probably my parents. Probably a lot of people say this, but they're always together, but then still quite independent. So they take trips by themselves with us, or see parents, see grandparents, that kind of stuff, independently, and they're still kind of like a unit, but maintained a lot of independence and probably a good relationship, I'd say. It's a good model to follow. I don't know if I believe in luck as such. Well, obviously it exists, you get lucky, you don't. But I think my luck is definitely just being born into the life that I was, and you can say the whole society thing, like being born white, straight, male, into a developed country. That is the best, that's insane luck. And that's very lucky.
Yeah, and having an American passport.
and having 20 passports. Makes you very mobile. Opens a lot of doors. I think there was a turning point in my spirituality, maybe in the sense that I grew up with, I went to a Christian high school and Christian primary school. And there was some point where I was sitting in one of the church sermons and just thought, nah, this is stupid, I don't know what I'm doing it anymore. And that was the last time I've ever been to a church, and I think from that point on I started questioning institutionalized religion, and that probably was a big spiritual turning point. I think the first time I travelled for a long time, I was like 18, I decided to do a Europe trip like so many people do when they finish high school. But it's definitely a big eye-opening experience, and you definitely learn independence, how to go with money, that you can be completely alone and completely okay with it, which I think you don't really learn in high school when you live with your family. I think it'd be a way better place for that religion. We can look at the conflict going on now and the stuff that's going on, and religious conflict is such a big global issue. But I do also think, in a sense, that religion can be useful in the sense that it's trying to teach morality to people, but I think that can be achieved in other ways.
How much do you think religion influenced you as you grew up?
Me? Not that much, because my mum was just atheist quite hard, so I got both sides of it. But I think it was probably good that I was exposed from an early age, and in a weird way that maybe then kind of go, this is fucked, and step back from it. Can loneliness be an emotion? That's horrible. That's really bad, because it's worse than sadness, and it's worse than... It's like a helpless emotion. Whereas sadness, you kind of know what's going on, and loneliness is just kind of deeper and kind of really sinks into you, and it causes a whole bunch of other emotions out of it, I think.
When was the last time you felt lonely?
Oh, when I first came here. I got here in March, and it was really cold, really rainy. And I just come back from this awesome trip through South America with friends, and just had a great year in Sydney. And then I got here and was like, oh shit, I don't actually know anyone. Well, I do, but not many. So, yeah.
Oh god, it's like me in London.
Yeah, arriving in a new city, we think, this is going to be sick, this is going to be fun, great city.
Same.
I think the better the city is, the worse loneliness is kind of magnified too.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's things going on, there's so much happening, and you just don't know how to go about it. I'd say happiness is probably a state of satisfaction, and just a good, solid mental state where everything is working quite well for you. It's probably built on stability, maybe. Although it depends on the person, but for me I'd say that.
Yeah.
But it's not as exciting as when you get the ups and downs. Let me think. It's close to the dying. Shit. I think we were in Colombia before, and we were driving down there. We're taking buses everywhere, and we drove down the mountains along these paths where you hear that so many people die every year, and we saw buses overturned and trucks fallen over. Luckily not off the side, but there were times where the bus drivers were overtaking around blind corners in the darkness, faster than other buses, and we were just sitting there like, this could happen at any time. But I do remember another experience. I was, I think, like 16, and it was the first time I got super, really, really drunk, and was just projectile vomiting by myself at like this kind of like party at someone's property. And then there was a point where I just thought I'm gonna die, and I was just completely okay with it. I was like, as long as I stop vomiting, I'm happy with it. That was interesting. It's quiet acceptance.
I've been there.
Oh,
You've
I felt bad.
You've definitely been there.
Every night.
It'd have to be a tolerant, multicultural, multi-background society, I'd say. And hopefully one where education is valued more highly than it is in other places. And I'd like to see some more community, in the sense that everyone has to kind of work together and live together. I think that's a lot healthier than a society that values individuality and kind of personal gain.